Our first guests tonight are two talented actors you know for their work in movies like Aquaman and The Guardians of the Galaxy. They both star in season 2 of See, which is streaming now on Apple TV Plus with new episodes every Friday. Let's take a look.
Everyone close to you always ends up suffering. Now it's your turn. Leave this place, Ito. Please. It is over. No, it's not over. Not while you're still breathing.
Please welcome to the show Jason Momoa and Dave Bautista. Gentlemen. How are you, fellas?
Better watch your ass, Seth Meyers.
Yeah, you're safely in London. I have nothing to worry about. Thank you for staying up late, Jason. I know you're in London, and I do appreciate you making the time for us this evening. I also heard, not to make things boring for people who don't know what we're talking about, that you're also a West Ham fan.
I am. Hold there. Yes, we are. We do. I didn't know you're a West Ham fan.
I am. I have been for like 20 years. How did that happen? Oh my God, look at that. You got an actual tattoo. How did you become a West Ham fan?
Just because we're family, and that's kind of where the first place that you live, when you kind of come to London, you got to claim it. So that's where I ended up being.
Well done. Yeah. This is.
I didn't know you were.
I did. I was like I was in London 20 years ago, and I decided I was going to pick one team and go see a game, and it was West Ham, and there you go.
There you go.
One day we'll go to a game together.
Our Hammers.
So this is very exciting. This is the second season of the show. Dave, you joined the cast. You're playing Jason's younger brother in a future where people have lost the ability to see. How did you get involved? Did you know about the show before you came on board?
Yeah, I was a fan of the show before I even, was contacted about playing Jay's brother. The funny thing, that sticks out when you say that is I'm like 10 years, maybe more older than Jay. The first thing they said was, we want you to play his younger brother. And I was like, how's that going to work? So they aged Jay up a lot and tried to young me down. I don't know if it worked, but, maybe I'm a year younger, but obviously older. But I wanted to work with Jay for years. I had reached out to him like maybe a year and a half before on Instagram. I creeped into his DMs to say, anyway, just because I was a fan, I wanted to work with the dude so bad. So anyway, he contacted me about the part and I signed up.
Where did you guys first meet?
Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Yeah. We both geeked out on each other at Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Did you? Were other people there to see it? Because I imagine if you were just a civilian at Comic-Con and you watched the two of you guys meet, that would be well worth the price of admission.
Absolutely.
I don't know. There wasn't a whole lot of people. It was kind of a behind the curtain thing, but there's a few people around for sure.
You also worked together on Dune, and I've seen stills from Dune, and it looks incredibly hot and uncomfortable. And then See looks incredibly cold and uncomfortable. Is this true, or is this just special effects?
It's absolutely true. See was in Toronto in the winter, which was brutal, and we both pretty much have. I mean, I know I barely have any clothes on. But I like the cold. Dave, you like the heat, right?
I like the heat, man. Yeah, we're opposite. I didn't suffer on Dune at all. I kind of loved it. But on See, I had layers and layers and layers, and I was still freezing. But, I don't have a full head of hair to keep my head warm either. I had blankets over my head trying to keep me warm. But I just don't like the cold. Don't like it at all. Me and cold don't get along.
I'm very surprised to hear that you like the cold, Jason. You struck me as also a warm weather guy. And I believe that you guys both have history as lifeguards.
Well, I mean, I was raised in Iowa, Seth. So, I mean, I had like really horrible winters and really horrible summers in the Midwest. So, but I don't know. I just like the cold. But I didn't know, Bautista, you're a lifeguard?
I just found out yesterday that you were. Yeah, I was a lifeguard. I lifeguarded from the time I was like 16 till I was 24. It was just like the easiest summer gig ever, and I would just refuse to give it up. So I was like, the guy that's still lifeguarding was way too old to be lifeguarding.
I get to go be with my dad, and he put me in junior lifeguards, and so we kind of learned how to. That way, you just learn how to be in the ocean, and so all my family were, true lifeguards. Saved my great uncle's Buffalo Keolani, saved many, many, many lives. So it was kind of an honor where you come from in Hawaii. I wasn't sitting by a pool. Not that there's.
I was sitting by the pool, man. I was like in the.
It's a big ass wave, Seth. You know what I'm saying?
Biggest lifeguards to the worst neighborhood pools, man. Just have all
Did
these
you
bad kids just running around.
in the 8 to 10 years that you were a lifeguard, Dave? Did you have to do any thrilling rescues?
No, I mean the water. It only really went up to like 6 feet. It was like 6 feet deep. So maybe jump in. I was still, but no, never. Like I never saved a life. It never came to that. But it was just kind of hanging around, yelling at kids.
Yeah, I would feel like you probably wouldn't run too fast on a pool if Dave Bautista was in the chair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the guy I used to work with, he was a childhood buddy of mine too, and he was a football player. It's just as big as I was, and they'd send us out to like the worst neighborhoods to lifeguard in the pools because the kids were just rowdy as hell. We just yell at them all day. We just yell at them, and that's typically what it took.
There you go.